we're going to start. This appears to be a smithery of some kind. So let's go inside and see what we can find. So far, it's a very humble shop. We love to support our local businesses. See, we have some cheese and wine sitting out. I don't think... Hey, bud. Like your shop here. Got some gauntlets, a dagger, a lot of daggers. All right, you definitely have the atmosphere going of a smithery here. What do you have for us, Ulfberth Warbear? As you know, armor is very important for any aspiring critic. Look what's back here. Another entrance, perhaps? Okay. Don't think I should be back here, but I'm gonna wander my way up here.
I'm not gonna warn you again. Get out or I'll call the guards.
So you see how quickly people will turn.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
I tried. You ran me out of your establishment, ma'am. I don't appreciate it. Moving on, we have the Drunken Huntsman. Take a peek inside, and immediately I'm seeing meat. This is a good sign. Nice big open fire pit in the middle, giving some nice atmosphere. This guy over here enjoying some, what appears to be some bread. I'm not trying, sir. I'm just inspecting your meal. Really liking this whole aesthetic here. It's very cozy, very warm. Maybe a little clumsily made. Some apple pie. Why the name?
My brother Honorius and I came up with it one night after consuming rather.
We've all had those nights, bud.
After our drinks, we went out for a moonlight hunt. We got separated, and in his drunken state, my brother mistook me for a deer.
Okay.
He shot an arrow that pierced my, well, rump.
Blind, huh?
After such a memorable adventure, we knew we had the name for our shop.
That's fun. Glad to see all the family businesses thriving around in the town of Whiterun. But let's see what you got for sale, though.
I've got just what you need.
All right, got a pretty good selection here, gotta say. You've impressed me today, Elrendir. Got a little something for everyone. You even got some wine. Look at that. I obviously can't buy any. I can't drink on the job, but maybe I'll come back later off the clock. And how are you today, sir? What have you to say?
Greymanes have been feuding with the battle boards for years.
I see.
No more
Well, you
old friend.
frankly have a terrifying look about you, so I'm gonna walk away.
Blade and shadow.
Well, all right.
These are my arms.
Think that's my cue. Rather quick sweep so far. Near the end of my assessment, I'll have to total up my thoughts on everything, give a proper review of this town. But for now, let's continue on and see what this town has to offer. And it appears there's a dead body on the street. It's just doing my part to keep the city of Whiterun clean. Actually, you know what? This is too much work. I'm just gonna leave you here. Frankly, I don't get paid enough for this, so I'm sorry for the disrespect. All right, moving on. That's probably somebody's house. Here we have a guard.
Coming out of your ears.
I would appreciate it if you would stop staring into my ear holes. Thank you very much, sir. Guard on patrol. That's good. Make sure everything is secure. Got another one over there. This is all a good sign. Very, very safe destination for you to perhaps take your children.
Looking for my husband, Nassim?
No, I'm...
Check the Jarl's backside. That's usually where he stuffs himself.
Okay.
these days.
I didn't need to know that, but here we have some, appears to be some unfortunate consequences of some battle. But that just gives the city history. Places you can go to learn about things. Here we have a trader of some kind. It appears his shop is closed, though. And given that there is a guard right here, I'll have to hold off on forcibly reviewing it. But it appears Arcadia's Cauldron is still open, so let's go inside, shall we? Alright. Now this is what I'm talking about with presentation. Look at that. Walk in, got a nice fire going, stocked up with all sorts of good stuff, except there appears to be no shopkeeper in here. So that is a little concerning. Perhaps back here? We can... No. No, it appears no one is here to run the shop. Well, that is a little concerning. How about this store? Well, hello!
You look rather pale.
I don't get out much. So are you the proprietor
But do I
of
have to
the
take
shop?
case of the rattles? I've got something for that.
That is between me and my partners, ma'am. You
Come back
don't
anytime if
appear
you need a remedy.
to be the one running this shop, and they don't appear to be up here. Nope. Okay. So no
I have several elixirs.
no
for sale.
shopkeep. You say that. However,
Your skin's as pale as the snow.
you don't
You scared of
appear to
sunlight
be
or something?
offering to sell me things, so that's not gonna reflect good on your overall score. It appears you're well stocked and have a pretty decent atmosphere and presentation in here, but your customer service is really
Maybe a
lacking.
hardy lord like you doesn't need a cure-all, huh? What about an invisibility potion?
I may come back later for an invisibility potion. Yes, thank you. Moving on, we have... What's next here? What are you? The Bannered Mare. So far, it's been pretty hit and miss, but this looks promising. A nice little inn filled with people, food, drink. We got the whole 9 yards in here. A friendly contest to win a drinking contest. You.
If you're looking for a challenge, you've come to the right
I would
place.
love to, except I'm a little busy right now. I can't drink on the job.
Drinks, a few laughs, and a contest.
I mean,
What could be better?
I
Maybe you
guess.
just aren't up to the
As
challenge.
long as no one's looking, we could,
Ha! We'll see about that.
we could give it a try. All right, you just pulled that right out of somewhere, didn't you, bud?
One down, my friend. One down.
We're drinking on the job, but I won't tell anyone if you don't.
Yes?
I promise this won't reflect badly on your score. Yeah. Just give me the drink.
One
Well,
more
that's
and
the
you win the
easiest
contest.
drinking contest I've ever been in, and I got a
You're
staff.
fun person to drink with. I know this great little place where the wine flows like water. We should head there.
That
Hey, you don't
sounds
look so
great.
Wake up. That's right. It's time to wake up, you drunken blasphemer.
I believe I may have been drugged. Sometimes I just,
I'm guessing you also don't remember coming in here and blathering incoherently about marriage or a goat.
well, I mean,
You don't
that
remember
does
losing your
sound
temper
like
and throwing
me.
trash all-
Interesting. Well, it appears after I'm done with my work today, I may have some investigating to do in Rorikstead. I appear to have been dragged to Markarth. Well, this isn't good. It's time to make a quick voyage back to Whiterun so we can continue our assessment, because this city is not on my schedule for quite some time. Yeah, it gave me one hell of a hangover, I'll say that. Alright, back in Whiterun. And this time during the day, so hopefully we can get into a couple of those shops that I missed earlier. And here we have
Maybe some other time I'll reveal your destiny.
a con artist that appears to be made of a sort of cheap leather. And wandering around again. That is most definitely someone's house. Here we are. The traders. Bellathor's General Goods is still closed. Okay. Well, I would have loved to go into your shop, but it appears you're not there. It is open, so we are going to check out Bellathor's general goods. Okay, so, alright, nice place, pretty atmospheric. This is a lovely, if not somewhat unnerving touch. Like it, very homey. Those are some... That's a very tall promise, sir. I have a very discerning eye, I'll have you know. I see you have cheeses proudly on display, some tomatoes next to a troll skull that is probably not very food safe, a bench, and some places you probably don't want me wandering. So let's see. What have you got for me, Bellathor? You appear to have, as promised, a little bit of everything. Quite a lot of a little bit of everything, actually. This is a very extensive collection you have here. Well, this is fantastic. Aside from the health code violations over here, and over here, and probably around here,
You just let me know what you need.
it appears you have a very well-run establishment, sir. I am impressed. It is time to move on, however. So we're back in the center of town at this lovely little shopping center. Here we have a stand with no one attending it, which is slightly concerning. A meat and fish stand, it appears, right next to it with Sir, why do you have dog meat? Sir, that is a raw leg of goat. Well, yeah, they would appear to be rather fresh. Let's see what you have. Chicken breast, again with the dog meat. You're really trying to sell me on it, but I'm not that interested. Yeah, this is definitely a lot of game here. It's probably not the safest way of displaying and storing your meat, but you know, it appears that you are rather popular, so we will carry on. And what have we here? Some produce as well as cheese. Is this your stand, ma'am? Let's see what you have to offer me today. Quite an appetizing selection, I'll give you that. Okay, moving up to the second story of the city, and we have this lovely little area. Lots of greenery and a very, very large tree. We also appear to have the city's resident madman over here screaming about a banned religion. That's always good to see. A sign of a thriving town and a wonderful tourist destination is a lunatic. So this otherwise lovely little relaxing area, aside from this man over here, is quite nice. What might this be? A temple. We're gonna head on in here and see what's going on. Well, it is as advertised. This is definitely a temple.
God bless you, healer.
Very clean. Very neat. There's a man standing and
So great.
doing some sort of native dance. Yes, I see. I see him, Danica Patrick. I think I'm gonna take my leave at that. Up there appears to be Dragon's Reach, so we have no need to go there, really. Not much of a tourist hotspot, the castle. And here we have the compound of the Companions, also not a great tourist destination, so we will not be stopping in there today. That is beyond the scope of this assignment. We may return in the future, but for right now we carry on. Just make one more lap around to make sure there's nothing else that we could take a look at aside from the town itself. The town itself, aside from showing signs of battle here and there, is still rather pretty. So points there. Then there's this view. That's a very pleasant view. The textures are really coming in this year. Lots of greenery, lots of herbal smells as I'm trotting around. Stone monuments. All very, very pleasing to the eye. What have we here? Hall of the Dead. It's not necessarily on my list, but you know, we'll take a look. I gotta say, I do love the atmosphere here. It is exactly what one might expect from a Hall of the Dead, and surprisingly clean. This is a very well-maintained space, and you have my respect, sir. I don't imagine I'm going to be coming in here much while I'm still alive, but... And so, with that, I believe that's everything we could need in Whiterun. So it is time to find a place to settle down and write out my thoughts on the town of Whiterun. It's been a lovely little trip so far, but I think it's time we go to the Bannered Mare, have ourselves a seat, and write out our thoughts among the company of these fine individuals. Okay, Whiterun is a pretty decent place, I suppose. I've been to worse, at least. I visited quite a few little shops and such, and most of them did have good atmosphere and presentation. A great many of them also had quite impressive selections of inventory. The town is mostly clean and pleasant to wander around, and there's no shortage of history and culture here, so points there. It seems pretty safe given all the guards I did see on patrol, which is something we love to see, since safety is important when traveling for leisure. Makes it a fairly family-friendly destination. Has some nice views of the countryside, a lot of small family businesses, and its religious establishments were very well maintained and presented with very welcoming attendants, so possibly a draw for religious tourism there. However, I did get drugged and abducted. I also found a dead body just on a main path. There's a lack of customer service and a lot of shops. One of the proprietors did ask me very invasive health questions, trying to get a hold of my PHI. One business owner threw me out of their shop under threat of guards and proceeded to advertise their wares to me as they followed me outside, so a lot of mixed signals there. One of the traders was in possession of some very suspect meat that they really tried to sell me on. I don't know, maybe that's a cultural delicacy. I probably shouldn't hold that against the town. Not trying to be discriminatory here. I respect all dishes. Getting kind of hungry, actually. So overall, Whiterun has been a very mixed bag, but if I were asked to give it a number grade, 5 out of 10? There's certainly worse places and better places, but it's alright. I'll have to get in touch with my dispatchers and see where they'd like me to visit next, though.
Hi friends! I hope you enjoyed the video. I have to assume you're probably asleep, but if you're not, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button, and also let me know if Terry the Critic is something you want to see more of in the future as I get better at making and editing this kind of content.